Good morning, Panthers, and it's our pleasure to welcome you back to another episode of PTV. I'm Michael Loosemore.
And I'm Ariela Behar. We hope you all had a fun and relaxing 4-day weekend, so let's get right into today's announcements. Next week, we will be celebrating International Week. This is a time where we commemorate and display the heritages of many countries that come through NPHS. Make sure to come to the quad during lunch next week to explore those many different heritages.
The second annual Student Musician Showcase will take place on Thursday, March 2nd at the PAC at 7 p.m. This event will feature original compositions, arrangements, and covers by IB music students and Tri-M inductee candidates. Tickets will be $5 at the door. Proceeds will go to the Harmony Project.
And now, here's Abigail with today's Panther Window.
The NBA All-Star Game took place on Sunday. The best of the best in the league faced off against each other for the annual game. This year, it was Team LeBron versus Team Giannis. Celtics star Jason Tatum won MVP honors after setting an All-Star Game record with 55 points. One major part of the game was LeBron James getting ruled out for the second half due to an injury he suffered while he was trying to block a layup from Pascal Siakam. This is major as the Los Angeles Lakers are still pining for a playoff spot, so this is a huge loss for the team. In the end, Team Giannis ended up beating Team LeBron 184-175. Even with the high level of talent on both teams, the overall consensus of the game was that the quality of play was very low. It can be said that this is due to the players not wanting to risk their health for a game that does not affect the standings, especially with playoffs only 2 months away. Now back to the desk.
On Friday, March 3rd, the Ivy World Dance Concert will take place in the PAC. It is titled Parchai, the Hindu word for shadow, which is the theme for the show. Dance styles from all around the world choreographed by students will be performed, and there will even be cultural pre-show activities. Tickets are $5 at the door.
Future juniors, hopefully you filled out your course registration form and completed your course request on cue because this week you're meeting with your counselors. Future sophomores should also start getting ahead of the game. Your forms are due on March 3rd. Every grade's last day to change course requests with their counselor is on April 3rd.
Did you know NPHS has its very own fencing club? Let's check in with Abby to learn all about the unique sport.
You don't typically hear of fencing at a high school very often. So when you do, what makes people join fencing over another sport, like, say, soccer?
Other sports aren't combat sports.
I'm saying it's a lot of fun. It's a rush.
A lot of adrenaline sometimes, but it's like fun.
Fencing was one of the coolest looking sports.
I had seen it on TV and was like, that looks cool. And then my mom was like, I can do that. And she signed me up.
It can be very intimidating at first, and you gotta be willing to learn, put some time into it. But I would recommend it, like, just give it a go.
It's not as hard as it looks, and if you break it down into its component parts, it's not that complicated.
It doesn't hurt. We have a lot of protective gear on. We have metal helmets that keep us protected. We have these big chunky jackets. So it's safe, it's fun.
It's a really fun challenge. There's a whole bunch of different components that go into it, and all of them can be improved, and all of them are very important to the sport. So it's just something to learn.
To join the fencing club, meetings take place every Wednesday after school for an hour, starting off in the room F3. Reporting for PTV alongside photojournalist Michael Loosemore, I'm Abby Morgenstern.
Get ready to spend a night in Italy at the Spring Dance. This event is on Saturday, March 11th, starting at 6 p.m. Tickets are being sold on the quad every day at lunch. The prices are currently at $25 with a SAC card and $35 without. Buy them now before they increase by $10 more next week. Ticket sales end at 1:10 p.m. on March 8th. If you need a guest pass or any other information, visit the dances page within the NPHS website.
Before we let you go, we want to remind you all to follow PTV on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to keep up to date on the latest announcements and polls, as well as voting for the December-January PTV Awards.
The link to vote will be in our Instagram bio. All of our social media platforms will be titled NPHS Panther TV.
Unfortunately, Panthers, that's all the time we have for today.
Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next week.